Welcome back to the Cap Rack. My name is Tyler Blumenstick, joined by Sam Meehan. It is Tuesday, January 26th. We haven't been giving you guys any college basketball picks lately. It's been about a 12-day hiatus. We last came to you on the 14th. But the model has been doing pretty well since. I just want to... Huh?
I didn't realize it's been that long.
It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I work a full-time job. It's year end. I have to do that type of stuff. And this has to take a back burner, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But just a quick little model update. So total, we're 2.82% ROI with a total of about 2.2K in terms of overall model profit. Against the spread is 2.2K at 2.83. And the total's actually lost $8, so minus 0.01 ROI. So it's interesting. We're killing it against the spread. We're damn near 56%, which is pretty respectable, I'd say. And total's kind of dragging us a little, but not hurting us. It's just not winning on that particular side. How's your Tuesday so far, Sam? How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. Ready for a nice slate of college basketball, nice NHL slate as well. So, make a good day.
Hope so. Yesterday, heartbreaker on Texas Tech. I don't even want to talk about it, honestly.
Yeah, no, not. I don't. It happened. We're gonna pause it from my memory. It's no more. Good, only good vibes today.
Crushed an absolute 3-0 day from the model. We nailed the Syracuse, Virginia over 130.5. We got a sneaky little half-point cover from Loyola Chicago against Bradley. And then obviously
was beautiful.
I was biting my nails for the last 45 seconds of that game. All right, so as for today, we're going to get into this. We got 4 college basketball picks across 3 games, 2 ACC games, 1 Big East game. We're going to start with the Big East game. It's Butler versus UConn. The spread is 5.5 in favor of UConn, the home team. Total set at 125.5. Our model likes UConn by about 10.5, 68 to 58. We like the over, but that's not going to be a play. Only like a point edge there, but kind of when we're taking totals, we like to look for something around 5, 6, 7, maybe a little bit higher than that. But the play is going to be on UConn because we like them to win by about 10.5. Spread is 5.5. They're home. They're a very solid team. Barely missed the cover against Creighton, but Creighton, I would say, is a better team than Connecticut, and Butler's not as good as they used to be in years past. So, Sam, what do you think?
Well, I actually got the cover against Creighton at
Yeah, you did.
8.5. But yeah, this UConn team has been playing really good basketball. Very streaky from the 3-point line and whatnot, but don't have to worry about that quite as much against like a struggling Butler team. Who, like I said, they have won 2 in a row, one against Creighton, but the last time these two teams met a few weeks ago at Butler, UConn came out with a 12-point victory. See a similar kind of style of game tonight, so love UConn to, at least win by a touchdown here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's only a little bit concerning that they're out or without James Bouknight. But I mean, they should still be okay. Butler is definitely not as talented as they've been in years past, and they're a good team at home, but they're not at home tonight, so it's all good. So we're gonna book Connecticut minus 5.5 with about 4.9 points of edge there. That game was at 8:30. We're gonna move backwards, but into the ACC with North Carolina at Pittsburgh. This one's at 7. The spread opened at UNC -2 as a little bit road favorites, but it's now UNC -3, so the public is on UNC. Our play is going to be on Pittsburgh. We actually have an outright Pittsburgh win here with the model, a 73 to 72 projected win. Total set at 144. We like 145, so no play there. But with about 4 points of edge here on Pittsburgh, guess they can down a North Carolina Tar Heel team at home. I mean, I feel like they already beat Duke already this year, didn't they?
Everyone's beating Duke this year, but
this is true.
But yeah, people bet on UNC because they see UNC and thinking, oh, these guys are always good, right? But not. I mean, they're solid this year, but I think Pitt's better team all around. They're playing great basketball all year, solid defensively, playing. They can score the basket. What's his face? Justin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sounds like looks like Champagne, but I don't know if that's correct.
I think it's just Champagne.
Champagne.
Light little moderation on that.
Averaging 20 points a game, shooting 54% from the field. He's gonna get his points done. And then, can UNC keep up with this Pitt team? And I just don't think so. they've shown in the games against tougher competition this year, like that. Maybe they're not quite up to par with the elites of the ACC or the elites of the ACC. I don't know really if there are any elite teams in this conference, but I like Pitt. They're a great team all around. I think come out with a victory here at home.
I agree. And the important numbers here. I mean, UNC is 10-5 straight up. Pitt is 8-3, but you look at against the spread. UNC 5-9-1 in all of their games, 2-6-1 on the road, while Pitt is 7-4 against the spread, 4-3 at home, 4-1 as an underdog. UNC's 5-6 as a favorite. Pitt 3-0 when the spread is +1 to +5. UNC 2-3-1 when the spread is in the same range. I mean, all signs point to a nice little solid Pitt win. You're getting 3 points. We'll take that.
3 points at home for a team that objectively think is better. You can't pass that up.
It's worth a play on the money line as well, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to vouch for it and say go ahead and throw a +160. It's a lock, but I mean, our model likes an outright win, so might as well take that. Last game of the day in college basketball, at least, before we move on to Sam's hockey segment. Georgia Tech at Duke. The line opened up at Duke -5. It has kind of hovered a little bit. It's up at 5.5. It got up to 6 at one point. Total 140.5. It's come down a little bit from its 141.5 opening number. The model likes a 76-74 Duke win at home, so about a 1.5 point margin there if you factor in rounding. We like Georgia Tech. On the road, they've gotten some sneaky wins this year, some sneaky covers. Sam, can you talk a little bit about the prowess of Georgia Tech as a 5.5 point away underdog?
The only reason they're a 5.5 point away underdog is that Duke is Duke. Because you think the same thing as UNC, even more so for Duke. That these guys they'll just figure it out at some point. It's Coach K, No, this team is not good. And Georgia Tech is a solid basketball team. They have maybe the best point guard in the conference in Jose Alvarado. Dude is can score, can facilitate, and all that. And there's one big stat that I want to point out here. And Duke's 5-5 in the season overall, which not up to their standards by any means. They're also 1-9 against the spread this year.
0-6 at home.
Yeah, that's a joke. Maybe you say, they're due, but the Georgia Tech team is a good team. They just took UVA down to the wire at UVA not too long ago. Also beat the hell out of Clemson, the game before that. So a team that a lot of people think is still a solid ACC program. Mm-hmm. I like Georgia Tech definitely to cover this. I couldn't even see them winning this game.
I totally agree. And that's going to be our against the spread play. We also have a play on the total with 150.5 projected points. With the total set at 140.5, I see this game going over. Georgia Tech can score. Duke is home. I think we'll be okay. So
Duke's problem is not scoring. It's defending. It's Duke has been fine scoring the ball for the most part. They're still averaging a nice 73 points a game, but they're giving up 72. And Georgia Tech averages close to 80. And both teams could score, and both teams are kind of lackluster in the defensive end. So that means points in my head.
I hope so. Just need them to beat 140.5. That's it. That's all we ask for.
It's 70 points apiece.
That is it. Alrighty, Sam, hockey. Let's hear it.
Let's do that hockey. All right, a full slate tonight. Nice 11 games. I'll give you two plays that I really, really love. And we're going to start at 7 o'clock. We're going to go down to Newark, New Jersey, where we have the Philadelphia Flyers visiting the New Jersey Devils. And I love under 5.5 here. So both of Jersey's goalies have been rock solid start of the year. They're both winning games, and 2 goals allowed per game, under that for both of them, and saving 94% of their shots that are taken against them. And Philadelphia has been a little streaky at times with scoring. And they have, I'm not sure who's gonna be starting in net. So for them, I'm assuming it's gonna be Brian Elliott, who's been playing outstanding in his backup role this year. Even though Carter Hart looked better in his last game. So either way, I'm comfortable. I see a nice 3-2 victory either way, and that stays under that 5.5 goal threshold.
Alrighty.
And then we're gonna stay at 7 o'clock. We're gonna go the Islanders at the Washington Capitals. I'm taking the Capitals as a home dog here at plus 120.
I feel like it's a
So,
little shocking, no?
oh yeah, it's very shocking until you think into the fact that they are missing their starting goaltender Alex Ovechkin and Evgeny Kuznetsov. So they're missing three of their top guys, but this is a very good team regardless. And the Islanders are, they're 3-2. They're pretty solid this year, but that's kind of off the back of Varlamov, who has just been like playing on his head this year. He's 3-0, has two shutouts, and his third game gave up one goal. So at some point he's got to cool off a little bit, and I like the value here as in the Caps as a home dog. So they haven't lost in regulation this year yet. So they've been playing. They're in every game despite lacking their star power. And that's all I got for NHL picks today.
That might be one of my favorite sayings is playing on his head in hockey.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the funniest things.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't get it. Doesn't really make sense, but
it doesn't at all.
But if a goalie's on his head, everyone just knows what's going on. So
you don't mess with a goalie on his head, obviously.
No. But I'm doing it though.
You got to do it. Alrighty, so that kind of wraps up today's Tuesday, January 26th episode of the Cap Rack. 4 college basketball picks across 3 games in some Power 5 conferences. 2 picks from Sam in the NHL. You can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Caps on Sports, www.capsonsports.com. Grab some merch. Wear the logo. We got some cool designs. We're going to start rolling some new stuff out there. Click that follow button. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. Grab the content you need to see. But for myself, Tyler Blumenstick, and Sam Meehan, we'll see you tomorrow.